Hello and welcome in, guys. Adam here, the Orlando Drummer. Thank you all for tuning in to another single lesson, a very special single lesson. This is actually the first single lesson of many that I'm recording on the new Pearl Emerge kit. So there's going to be many other videos coming out around this kit, but if you're curious for these lessons, I'm going to be using a kit called Recipe. It's inside of the Modern Drum Set library, but this particular kit is called Recipe. I think it sounds awesome. So what we're learning today is just a 16th note measure. You can see it on the screen, and I really don't know whether or not I should call this a groove, a fill, or just an exercise. But whenever I can't think of a name, sometimes the word mannerism comes to mind. It's just a mannerism in my playing that I've noticed myself playing a lot more recently. So this is something you could build a solo around. It's kind of an interesting little tom melody. So notation's on the screen. Let's play it up to speed, and then we'll break down exactly what's happening here. Let's check it out. Now, there were a few variations in there, but for the most part, I'm playing just one simple 16th note measure. That's what we're going to break down today. So we're starting out a little bit awkward. This is a kick and a left-hand conversation happening in beat one. Kick, two left-hand ghost notes, then another kick drum. Here's beat one. Now we're going to follow that up with the right hand. This functions kind of as a backbeat. It's on the downbeat of two, loud right hand snare accent. So the first 5 notes, we'd have this. Now that right hand begins a pattern of 3. It's kind of how I like to look at it, right, left, left. So let's attach those next 2 ghost notes after the accented right hand in beat 2. So we'll be playing the first 4, that'll be the first 7 notes that you can see on the screen. We'll just play the first 7. Now picking up on the of beat 2, or the 4th note inside of beat 2, you can see we have a right hand here. Now I want you to look at the next 7 notes from there, because we have a 7-note grouping. Right, left, right, left, right, left, left. Do-ga, do-ga, do-ga-ga. Right, left, right, left, right, left, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to take us almost to the end of the measure. Now that 7-note grouping that happens here from the of beat 2 all the way to the E of beat 4, this is where the tom melody lives. So each time you play a right hand, it's going to move to a different tom. And I like to play this sort of coming from the right side of the kit over to the left. So the very first right hand that's on the of beat 2, that one is over here on the floor tom. The next right hand goes up to my second tom. That one is on the E of beat 3. Then the last one goes over to the rack tom, and that falls on the of beat 3. So just that 7-note pattern, we'll isolate that one. This is our tom melody. Check it out. Now you'll also notice that I'm ghosting all of these left hands. The right hands aren't necessarily accented on the toms, but they are going to be a lot louder than the ghost notes. So as we speed it up, it has a little bit more of a sound like this. So you can hear those ghost notes are really subtle, set down in the back of the mix, and you're just going to put a little bit more oomph onto those toms to bring out the melody. Now after that 7-note pattern that is our tom melody, we're just going to end this with a right-left accented on the snare. So let's just play the 7-note grouping and then those last 2 accented snare notes. And now it's time to just glue everything together. Now I can tell you right off the bat, one thing that you're going to have trouble with is looping this thing around, because the accented single strokes at the end, that right-left, have to immediately lead into this more uncomfortable pattern that is the kick and the left hand thing happening inside of beat 1. So be really careful as you turn this thing around, because you will notice that it's just a little bit harder to get things in a loop going. So practice the measure individually at first, just start at the beginning and end at the end, and as you get more comfortable, you'll have to work through looping this thing around. But once you do, man, this is a really cool melodic kind of phrase. So when I hear this, for me, it sounds like something that you could build a solo around, right? So I really like this melodic tom sort of vibe it has going on. Okay, let's play this thing at 3 speeds. Here we go.